Welcome back, everybody, to the Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. This is now episode number 10. 10 episodes down. Well, we left off at the last episode after going on a massive losing streak in January, where it was, I think it was like 6 games, but before that we even lost. It was in total. It was like a roughly 10-game losing streak for us. We brought it back, though, with 3 wins, and we're in a dangerous position now. We are in a very dangerous position. We went from around, like, 24, 12-1 to now 28, 21-1. It's really flip-flopped on us here. And I would like to show you guys something as I was looking at it after last episode, but our plus-minus across our forward core is very even. Like, it's not very negative, it's not very positive, like, and that's across all the lines besides the bottom one where it's like a little bit better. Our best plus minus forward is Besser, and after that it's the bottom line, and then there's really not too much to note. And I mean, that's pretty obvious as well with the production we've had from our top line area. And I think it's about time we really do move on from JT Miller and either bring in a power forward guy or just someone else that could play up there. Because JT Miller has been a very poor for us this season. So we should probably take a look at the possibilities we can do with JT and see what we can bring in. So let's start that off here. So with JT Miller, he's got not a great trade value. It probably would have been better if we were to trade him before, but before we seen him as a 60-point scorer and a possible 20 to 25 goal scorer. Now he doesn't look like that at all, and he looks more like a 15 goal scorer with maybe 35 points, maybe not even that. So let's just take a look through different teams and see what they have to possibly bring in. So Arizona would make a deal for him. They got Evander Kane, Clayton Keller, not too much on the left. We'll check out Buffalo. They got Victor Olofsson. He's a sniper, if I do believe. Yep. We got Calgary. Calgary has the Chuck and Goudreau. Not much we can do there. Let's take a look at another team that would want him. Dallas. Ooh, they got Gurianov, Ben Robertson. I mean, Gurianov is an interesting one, but we do have a few snipers already up in that top 6 anyway. Take a look at Florida. Connor Sherry, nah. We'll take a look at Minnesota. Yeah, Kaprizov, who is a sniper. Greenway, who is a power forward. He is currently injured and he don't really match our lines. They got Matthew Boldy. He's a two-way forward. What's his defensive stats? They're actually not that great as a two-way forward. That's pretty interesting. He's more of a playmaker instead of a two-way. They got Drouin in Montreal that we could always look at. In Nashville, they're not doing too great, and they've got a lot of left wingers. Forsberg, Tolvanen, Duclair. What's Duclair done this season? Basically nothing. Tolvanen, he's had a pretty decent season. Philip Forsberg, another good season, but snipers. We don't want snipers. Also 9.8 mil, probably not a good thing if they're 15, 27, and 6. Let's take a look at the Islanders. They got Bailey, Lee, Timashov. Still nothing to really note. Panarin, Lafreniere, Frelick, Kreider. Again, not too much to really go after there. Now, in Ottawa, they actually have a few young guys here in Kopaka and Formenton. Abramov would fit that second line, and he is a sniper. Let's keep looking though. Philly. What has Philly done this season? They got Farabee. Think he's a two-way guy? Yeah. Don't really want to replace what's his name? JT with another two-way. I would really prefer a power forward. Gusev, Donato, Vegas. Do Vegas have anybody? They actually do have a few different guys here. They got Hyman, two-way though. Take a look at Washington. Jacob Verana, restricted free agent. Last time he was on a 3.2 mil. Burakovsky, sniper. And yeah, that's about it for left wingers. But if we were to also check possible defenseman. Now, if we were to replace Miller with a defenseman, that could also create opportunity for us. So we could bring in maybe a defenseman and a guy that can play third line. So what about Josh Mahura? He plays left. He would fit in the top 4. He's got great defensive stats. You know, let's try something here. So both are on one-year deals. We need someone else, and that would be a forward. What do they have as their left wingers again? Milano, Jones. Ooh, Jones. Power forward. Doesn't fit the lines, but we could always check around with stuff. Now that would be quite a tough trade to ever bring in, wouldn't it? What about right wingers? Okay, not much. Centers. They do have a lot of centers. What about Barbashev? Playmaker. He could fit power play or penalty kill. I wouldn't see us using him on the penalty kill. But Barbashev isn't a bad choice. What do they have in picks? They probably got a few picks, don't they? A third in Mahura. No, because we have to bring in cap. We have to bring in a little bit of cap to set this deal aside. So let's just sort by cap here. Wait a moment. Oh, wait. I thought we were trading with LA for some reason. I seen like the bars are trading. I was like, franchise low, that don't make sense, but then I realized it was Zegras. Okay, so we could try bringing in not really anybody besides another like Shattenkirk or something, but we don't need that, which is the problem here. Let's take a look at Barbashev again. So if we had Barbashev in, they'd still be over. We retain just enough so that they're good. Anaheim would be over. What? Why is that? Still be over. They'd still be over. What is this game? That will never go through, won't it? No. Police the system. What do we have in trade value otherwise? So if we were to give up, we'd probably have to move out a... Barbashev would probably get into our team currently. Who's in that NHL setup that's interesting and we could possibly move out along with it? Chason's actually played fine on that. It's not really fine. Connor Brown, 8 and 10. 1-year deal. Let's move out Connor. Nope, we can't. We really got to give out a prospect for this. I mean, I don't know if it's really worth it. I don't know if it would ever be worth it. What if we were to throw in Galiev? Would this go through? So Galiev is being replaced with Mahura, and we've got Hoglander that can replace Miller on that second line. Barbashev fits down where Hoglander was playing. Would this go through? No, it would not. What if we were to add a 5th round pick? No. What if we were to add a 4th round pick? No. That's just too much. I don't want to give up a 3rd. Damn, we can't. We're going to have to go to the trade deadline. This has been a failure of trying to see what we could do here, but there was really not too much movement we could do there. We're just going to experiment with some line changes then. Experiment with the lines. So JT instead, he's gonna play down here on this line. Pettersson's gonna go back up. Denisenko's gonna switch. Hoglander, Pettersson, Besser, Colson, Horvat, Denisenko, Miller, Shore, Chason. Does Brown have any? No. Okay, this is interesting to say the least. We're also gonna go Jet Wu with Pellick. Demko's not played great. DiPietro's injured. Hammond's got to be in net. Let's just see what we can do, because this is a tough one. We're gonna go right up to the trade deadline here, right up there. Well, yeah, just up to the 24th. Up to the 24th. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what we can do. 28-21 and 1 wild card in the West. What can we do? Yasek is injured. Replace him. Game against Philly. 4-1 loss. Pittsburgh. 3-2. 4-3 win over the Rangers. Game against the Cap. Oh, let's get Yasek back in the minor setup. Down on that bottom line. Lots of guys that we could probably start attempting to get into the forward core up in the NHL. But if we were to experiment, we've gotta try some things still. Game against Washington, 6-1. Okay, we found a little bit of a rhythm. 5-3 win over the Detroit Red Wings, and DiPietro is back. So, oh, wrong button. Let's go to the goalies. Send Hammond down. Let's edit the lines and get DiPietro back in. There we go. How does he keep tearing his groin? Are we forcibly playing DiPietro over Demko? This is incredible. Why does this keep happening? Is that a glitch or something? Because I'm genuinely confused on how he keeps tearing his groin. Surely he's gonna have to retire. That's 4 torn groins this season. You can't have much groin left. William Lagson, nope, we don't need him off waivers. Game against Columbus, 2-1 win. Now we play Arizona, back to our conference. 6-0 win. A game against Detroit, 5-2 loss. Back to Columbus, 7-2 win over Columbus. Game against Winnipeg. Ooh, a 3rd and a 6th for Jari and a 4th. That would have been... That's an interesting trade, actually. What is Jari currently? What is Jari's rating? Christian Jari's an 83. Whoa, wait. He's playing for the Wakespeare Scranton? How's that possible? What is the Penguins goalies then? Mrazek and Drager. So they would be able to move Jari. That would help us with the problem of DiPietro constantly getting injured, actually. For one, let's just see what this happens with. No. Yeah, we actually do have ability here, though, to bring in Jari, and it's only a 1-year thing, so DiPietro doesn't really get hurt by this. A 4th for Jari, would it go through? Yeah, honestly, I'd be run out of Pittsburgh if... Oh, I thought it said did accept the deal, so... What if we go a 4th and a 7th for next year? Heard you're going to offer me a counter proposal to our deal. However, I'm pleasantly surprised, and it's a done deal. Okay. That is really good for us. So now, we're going to send down... Oh, nope, never mind. Hammond didn't get called up. This is a bit confusing, but... Now, these lines have worked out well so far over this last little run. We get Tristan Jari in net. Now we have 3 goalies, so if DiPietro gets injured constantly, we have Jari to go to. 4-3 over Winnipeg, 2-1 loss. Oh, Pellick with a fractured jaw. He'll be back soon enough, though. And we're 36, 24-2. We're, I would say, in a safe position in the playoffs currently. It's not that we're guaranteed in the playoffs, but we are in a safe enough position that we are... Oh, wrong button. We are roughly 6 points in the playoffs, with the wild card spots included. So there's a little tiny bit of breathing room, but we got to keep the pedal down on the floor and keep on pushing. But let's check out how the team's been playing over the last little while. It's been a good stretch of form. Quinn Hughes is absolutely tearing it up, though. Forwards, 58 points, Besser. Besser's been playing great. 53, Pedersen. He's found a bit of an edge. He's been about a point per game over the last while. Colson's playing fine. Horvat's all right on the second line. Hoglander was playing third line most of the year. Miller is still doing terrible. Shore, Chason, Bazinajad, Brown, Kurashev, Denisenko. It's basically a second liner still, anyway. Howard 9 points. And the defense, 67 Hughes, 34 Parenko, 18 D'Angelo, 14 Wu, 13 Pellick, 7 Physic, and 5 Gudas. And the goalies, Demko is doing fine, DiPietro's fine, and Jerry's only had to play the one game so far. We got Kurashev on 19 points in his rookie season, not bad. Anyway, I think that's a decent little look at the team, and we're just going to go straight to the deadline here. But before I do that, I am going to change the trade block, because I don't really do that too much, and I really should for our team. So, let's take all these guys off it, and first thing that we're adding is by far JT Miller. Miller's added. Now, let's just take a look down through the lineup. We got centers. Adam Gaudette we're going to add. It's only on the 1 year. Left wingers. Who do we have at left wing? Nobody that I'm going to add. Yeah, no other left wingers besides Besser. On the right wing, I think we are fine for now. And on defense, we'll add D'Angelo just so we could see what's there, because he's not been amazing for us, and there's still area. And goalies, I mean, we're good there for now. And draft picks, we're not adding anything of our draft picks. So those are the 3 things we're offering out. It's not that D'Angelo's going. It's more of a see what we can bring back for him, because he's not been great for us. So we're gonna advance up, and this game against New Jersey will be played. We're a conservative buyer. We don't have a lot of assets, but we do have assets to move. Like maybe if we want to do some stuff with the AHL guys, we can. Anyway, here we are at the trade deadline. What moves can we make? Tarasenko, Larkin, Malkin's an interesting one. Playmaker as well. Hamilton, Slavin, Lindholm, Teravainen, Shin, Leddy, Mantha. That's a one we could take a look at. Giroux. Oh, and the first trade of the day is the Islanders trade Pajot to Dallas for a second and Cody Ceci. Okay, Joe Thornton, Fleury, Holla, Sandine, Palat, Zabinajad, Mackenzie Blackwood, Mirror. 1 year though. Bishop, Pesci, Hintz, Kanun, Bertuzzi, Rust, Verana, Gusev, Korpisalo, Tatark, Conan, Blaze. Another trade, and the Winnipeg Jets traded their second and third for this year's draft in exchange for Severson. Okay, let's just go through these players and just take a look at the faces, see if we got anything player styles as well. Parise is an interesting one, but his contract is quite literally the most expensive thing to ever pay for in the NHL, besides Rick DiPietro. Lots of players, though. Buffalo trade a second for Timashov and a fifth. What about Evgeny Malkin, though? It's only a 1 year deal. It'd be more of a rental. It would definitely be a big one for the playoffs. Interesting. That's what we could say for that, though. That is interesting. Lots of Canadian teams going in on players, that's for sure. Lots and lots of Canadian teams going in, possibly on teams. And Carolina makes a trade, and it is Slavin and Akushin for a first and a second. That's a big trade. Teravainen's an interesting one. Teravainen's definitely interesting. But Anthony Mantha's definitely a great player to go after. Meyer as well. What about power forwards that are a little bit more down the trade value chart? We don't really see too much. There's a lot of snipers. Ottawa trades Lassie Thompson and Sodergaard to Nashville for a third and a fourth, and Scott Mayfield and Michael Grabner. Wow, that's a lot of players going and picks going all over the place. Emgal, Sorokin. Ooh, power forward. Oh, that's our chase on. That's a bit weird. It didn't really update then. Oh well, let's keep on. So we got Joshua Roy, Yan Misak, Connor McLennan, Jacob Perreault, and those are the and William Rogers, the grinder that went that year. See, I've really got to look at the forwards because there's no chance that we keep on to Mr. Miller. No shot. But what would we ever be able to bring back in return? Would it be someone like Malkin on that 1 year, similar to, or would it be more of a Joe Thornton type player? What about the returns? I haven't even been checking about what teams would want in return for these guys. So Myers and can we do just a straight? This would be a very interesting deal if it was ever to go through. Left wingers, we got. Actually, let's just check what Myers' fit would be if we were to bring him in. Doesn't fit. This is one of those years where we might just have to hold on and accept what happens here with Miller and see what we could do to find that place in free agency. There's just nothing we could really go after here. It's one of those tough ones because JT has just been terrible, but there's nothing in return that really suits the needs of the team exactly. Where it's either contracts are way too high and just the ability where it's not a guarantee that they fit with, or they'll find a fit here. It's one of those tough areas because JT has that decent fit in the team, but he's just not been producing at all. Anyway, we're gonna go straight up to the end of the season here and see what can happen. Ian Mitchell on waivers. We're gonna decline that. And here we go. We are going to sim straight to the end of the regular season. We've been on a decent form of run. We're going to sim up to the 5th of April and see what happens. Play Nashville. Ooh. Pedersen with post-concussion syndrome. And the lines have been absolutely railed. That is the best way to describe that one. The lines have been railed. Dethroned, whatever you want to use as the words. Khrushchev, we're going to send up there. We're going to try some different stuff here. We got to try some stuff. Okay, we're in a world of trouble. That is the best way to describe it. Ooh, +5s. I didn't see that before. Oh, I just realized Hughes has been a 95 basically all season. And that's kind of funny because I have not even looked at that one bit this season. Let's go. Game against Nashville, 4-1 loss. Pedersen was the big dog on this team besides Besser and Hughes. Game against Tampa now, 5-2 win. Forgot about that 4-2 win against Dallas. 2-1 loss to Chicago. Pelech gets back in the lineup. And we will get rid of McGinn, obviously. Left defense, get Pelech back in here. We go bang, and we're going to go bang like that. Let's see the special teams. Go penalty kill. Let's get Pelech. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Jetwu getting the most time up there is probably better anyway. Physic is back, but we're going to continue. Game against Edmonton, 6-4 loss. Game against Calgary, 3-2 win. Going pretty much even since the deadline. Chatfield is back in the AHL setup. We definitely got to get him in. He is a great player down there. Okay, Chatfield is in. We got a lot of players that can play anywhere from that AHL team. 3-1 win. Devin Shore injured. We're going to assistantly replace him. DiPietro is back, and we're actually going to keep him out for like a week, just so we could hopefully get him back to full health. We'll stop at the 22nd to put DiPietro in instead of Jarry. 4-3 win over Anaheim. 7-2 loss. 5-3 win over Vegas. It didn't stop. I did press when it was at the Calgary game because I knew it would skip a day, but I didn't realize it was going to go over the Vegas one. Anyway, it's been basically back and forth over these last areas. We've not been able to find that true rhythm that we need. Let's get Jarry out, DiPietro in. Should be perfectly fine now. He's missed a lot of the season, which sucks because he's been good when we've had him. And yeah, let's get up to the end of the season because it seems like we are in a playoff spot and probably not going to lose that. But we do have a lot of important conference games here. Devin Shore back in. He gets in. He's been playing great for us so far this season. On that line where he's been playing with Hoglander and Chason most of the season. Shore's back in. 6-3 win. Game against the Coyotes now. Pelech is injured again. We're going to consistently replace him for a few days. 4-2. Chatfield's gone again. Game against Dallas, 2-1 win. We're in the playoffs, as you can see on the right. 1-0 win. 6-3 win. 2 games left in the season. More back-to-backs. We're actually going to keep... I don't know why I hit the button there. We're going to keep Pelech out just for now. 6-1 and 4-1 loss. Anyway, we have made the playoffs. We have made the playoffs, and we're going to just sim up to see who we end up getting. We're going to continue for Chatfield. We're also going to do the same thing. We're only going to replace him once the AHL playoffs start. Okay, and we will play Calgary in the first round of the playoffs. What a series that's going to be. Anyway, let's real-lunch lines before we check out our stats across the season. Let's go to the defense, get Physic out. Get Pelech back in. That's good there. Now let's take a look and see what our team statistics were for this season. 48, 32, and 2. Not bad to finish second in the division. There it is, 8th in the entire NHL. For goals for, we finished 6th in the league. For goals against, we finished around the exact middle of the NHL for goals against. So the defense were basically average. Our power play was 3rd best in the league this season, which is good compared to the season prior, but our penalty kill was a big drawback where it was 2nd worst in the league. And then there it is, Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes led the team in points, but Besser with 79 points on the season, 39 being goals. But Colson had 62 points with 32 being goals. 57 points for Horvath, 54 for Pettersson, but he only played 64, and he found a good rhythm late in the season. Hoglander 45, JT finished with only 39, not good, not good. Denisenko finished 38 points, which is a great season considering he did miss a lot of time. Shore with 31, he was a great third liner. Bazinajad 29 on that bottom line. 29 points. Brownie got played basically up and down the lineup throughout the season. Chason 29, 28 Kurashev. Basically our depth this season shows big time improvement compared to the seasons prior. Hughes though, what a season. 83 points plus 31, and look at his partner. Plus 44 with 45 points as defensive guy most of the time. Incredible season by Parenko. 26 D'Angelo, 20 points for Wu, 7 of them being goals in his debut year. And the goalies, Demko really did show up when he had to. DiPietro, in his few games he played fine, and Jarry was only that extra replacement. But Andrew Hammond did do considerably well for when he had to come up and not having NHL time in a very long time. Anyway, that will be it for episode number 10. In tomorrow's episode, we will go up against the Calgary Flames in the first round and possibly go on a cup run, because this year the team is definitely much better and we got a few areas of line chemistry that have definitely worked out throughout the season. Anyway, I really appreciate all the support on this series so far, and I'll see you all next time.